As any parent will tell you, toys can be pretty damn expensive. But there are toys in this world which are incredibly pricey, and not even the most spoiled child in the world could do enough begging to get one. Ironically, a lot of these toys are so valuable that kids aren't even allowed to play with them. Here are the 10 most expensive children's toys. Number 10. Stefano Canturi Barbie, or Diamond Barbie, $302,500. The first toy on my list is the world's most expensive Barbie doll. So a lot of the price tag comes from the necklace that Barbie is wearing. It is made with white diamonds and contains a 1-carat emerald-cut fancy vivid diamond in the center. This diamond was found in Australia's Argyle mine and is extremely rare. It was designed by the legendary Australian jewelry designer Stefano Canturi, whose jewelry is worn by the likes of Kylie Minogue and Oprah Winfrey, and has had his jewelry feature in movies such as Moulin Rouge, The Matrix, and Superman Returns. In terms of the doll itself, he essentially took the regular Barbie and gave it a bit of a makeover. He worked on the makeup, eyelashes, hair, dress, and shoes. But all of these features are somewhat irrelevant when you find out the value of the stone. If you wanted to buy the stone on its own, it would cost you $300,000. So the rest of the Barbie would only cost you $2,500. In 2010, it was sold to an anonymous bidder for $302,500. It is the most expensive Barbie by a long shot. Number 9. Gold Rocking Horse, $600,000. But first, a gold rocking horse. This is almost twice the price of that Barbie and will set you back $600,000. This is a 24-karat gold rocking horse and weighs around 26 kilograms. Today, the toy is owned by Blue Ivy Carter, who is the daughter of Jay-Z and Beyonce. The horse was designed by Japanese jeweler Ginza Tanaka and was created to honor the birth of Japan's Prince Hisahito in 2016. This is one of the few toys on this list which are actually owned and used by kids. Blue Ivy was bought this in 2012 when she was a baby, along with a $20,000 crib. The parents splurged $1.3 million on the nursery alone, which also involved a Swarovski crystal high chair. But $600,000 isn't much to the Carters. Beyonce has a net worth of $450 million, while Jay-Z reached billionaire status in 2019. Number 8. Golden Monopoly, $2 million. Imagine a Monopoly board where the dice are made with 42 full-cut diamonds and are worth about $10,000 on their own. The properties are made of gemstones with sapphires on top of the hotels and rubies on top of the houses. We've all played Monopoly, but not many of us can say that we've played on a board whose price tag could literally make us bankrupt. The board costs $2 million and is made of 18-karat gold with encrusted jewels. San Francisco jewelry designer Sidney Mobile designed this in 1988, and it took him an entire year to complete. On the electric works place, the light bulb is a glittering topaz. If you hit waterworks, you'll see a ruby dripping from the tap. All of the pieces, such as the thimble, the race car, and the other tokens, are made from 18-karat solid gold. The Monopoly money for this game is probably worth more than real money. Mobile donated the set to the Smithsonian Museum in 2003. But this isn't even the most expensive board game either. You can buy a limited edition backgammon set for $5 million. There was also a royal chess set worth $9.8 million. Number 7. Steiff Louis Vuitton Teddy Bear, $2.1 million. What did make this list is the world's most expensive teddy bear. Chances are the price tag of $2.1 million could be a bit outside your price range. But it's not just any teddy bear. It's a Louis Vuitton teddy bear. The famous fashion designer teamed up with the toy company Steiff to create this bear. So while Paddington Bear wears a cheap duffel coat, this bear has a bit more swag and is wearing a designer jacket. It is made from real fur and gold, with diamond and sapphire eyes. But you won't catch any kids playing with this thing. This teddy bear is in the Teddy Bear Museum in Jeju, South Korea. The museum bought it in 2001 at an auction and agreed on the incredibly large price tag of $2.1 million. There have been replicas made of this bear, and in 2018, Kim Kardashian spent $170,000 on a Steiff Louis Vuitton teddy bear for her newborn. Her child was also bought a Swarovski-covered rocking horse, which cost $137,000. This is slightly cheaper than the $600,000 rocking horse Beyonce bought for her kid, so it's good to know Kim is sensible with her money. Number 6. The Masterpiece Cube Rubik's Cube, $2.5 million. At number 6 is a Rubik's Cube which will set you back roughly $2.5 million. It is known as the Masterpiece Cube. and was created in 1995 by Diamond Cutters International. 1995 was 15 years after the cube had become popular internationally, so this cube celebrated that anniversary. The cube comprises of amethyst, emeralds, and rubies, which are set in 18-karat gold. Each of the individual rubies is made of its own precious stone. All of the materials are strong, but not very durable, so nobody really uses the cube. This is one of the many toys on this list that nobody uses for fear of breaking it. Number 5. Szymanski Soccer Ball, $2.59 million. At number 5, would you pay $2.59 million for a soccer ball? Even Cristiano Ronaldo would think this is a bit too pricey. It was designed by jewelry designer Yar Szymanski and is the world's most expensive soccer ball. It's a football which nobody is going to play football with, essentially. Not only is it too expensive to risk damaging it, but it also weighs 2 kilograms, which is almost 5 times the weight of the average football. This ball is simply covered in diamonds. The outside is diamond-studded, made from 6,620 white and 2,640 black, round, brilliant-cut South African diamonds. This was made in preparation for the 2010 World Cup in South Africa. The ball was linked with 2 European football clubs in 2010, but there is no public information on who owns this ball. Replica crystal balls have been made since, with the proceeds made from them auctioned for charities. Number 4. Madame Alexander Eloise. This doll contains 9 carats of diamonds. The doll is kitted out in Christian Dior clothes, Oscar de la Renta fur, Swarovski crystals, and Catherine Bauman accessories. Even still, you could buy clothes and accessories from all of these designer brands, and it still wouldn't add up to $5 million. I started off with the most expensive Barbie, but now I have an even more expensive doll. This is the Madame Alexander Eloise, and at the risk of spoiling the remaining 3 toys on this list, this is the second most expensive doll in the world. The key aspect of the price tag is its designer. It was created by Madame Alexander, who was one of the most iconic doll makers of all time. One of her most famous collections is a 36-doll set of the royal family and their guests at Queen Elizabeth II's coronation in 1953. There are only 5 of these Madame Alexander Eloise dolls in the world, and each one has their own unique accessories too. Number 3. L'Oiseleur, $6.25 million. At number 3, we have L'Oiseleur, which is French for the bird trainer. This is a 4-foot-tall moving doll, designed by the French automata expert named Christian Bailly. This took him 15,000 hours, 625 days to complete, and contains 2,340 polished steel parts. The doll's skin is made of porcelain, and his eyes are made of glass. There are no batteries required for this doll, and it runs through a motor and moves through a series of spring-driven cogs and gears. Once you wind the golden key on his back, he lifts up the flute in his hand and plays Marche des Rois by Georges Bizet. The bird on his other arm begins to sing too, hence his name, the bird trainer. It costs $6.25 million and is the most expensive doll in the world. Number 2. Gold Lamborghini Aventador model car, $7.5 million. So spending $7.5 million on a Lambo is one thing, but spending $7.5 million on a toy Lamborghini is another. The car is made from platinum, 24 and 18 karat gold, and sterling silver. The doors and bonnet are made from carbon and are wrapped around with a thread of solid gold. It's got solid gold suspension, platinum wheels, and seats lined with roughly 700 diamonds. The rims are cast from solid gold and platinum. On the inside, the seats, cockpit, and steering wheel are set with high carat gemstones. In fact, the materials used to make this car cost $2.6 million. Most of you are watching thinking, I'd probably prefer just to buy an actual Lamborghini. A real-life Lamborghini Aventador, the one you can actually drive, only costs about $312,000. You can literally buy about 24 actual Lamborghinis for the price of this toy. Number 1. Astolat Dollhouse Castle, $8.5 million. At number 1, we have the Astolat Dollhouse Castle, which will set you back $8.5 million. The dollhouse costs $24,425 per square foot. It has 29 rooms, a gym, a pool, and even a bar. It is 7 stories high and also contains an armory, kitchen, wine cellar, basement, hallways, and stairways. It was created by the famous miniaturist Elaine Deal and was created between 1974 and 1987. But you won't find this dollhouse sitting in a child's bedroom. It was on display in Deal's museum shop in Sedona, Arizona, until she retired in 1996. Then it was sold to collector L. Freeman and moved it to the Nassau County Museum of Art. Since then, Freeman has added 30,000 miniature pieces to the castle, so the giant doll's house essentially never gets to be used by children. But while kids don't directly benefit from getting to play with this house, it certainly does benefit kids in other ways. The house is regularly put on public display, with any proceeds raised given to children's charities. And that brings us to the end of my video. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and if you're looking to watch more videos, please click on one of them you can see on your screen now.